Today, our lesson is on the volume of a sphere. The volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi, the radius cubed. Find the volume of the sphere that has a radius of 12 inches. So recall that the volume is equal to 4/3 pi times the radius cubed. And they tell us that the radius is 12. So, say 4/3 times 12 cubed times pi. Always take care of the exponent first. You know 12 times 12 is 144. And 12 times 144 is 1728. And you're multiplying this by 4/3 times pi. If you divide 3 into 1728, you're going to get 4 times 576 times pi. So the exact answer would be 2304 pi, and that'll be cubic inches. But oftentimes you're asked to approximate the answer, and we use 3.14 for approximation of pi. So if you do that, you get 2,304 times 3.14, which will give you approximately 7,234.56 cubic inches. All right, find the volume of a sphere whose diameter is 10 centimeters. Recall that the radius is always half the diameter. So if the diameter is 10 centimeters, the radius has to be 5 centimeters. So we're going to say the volume equals 4/3 times 5 cubed times pi. So this is 4/3 times 125 times pi. If you divide 3 into 125, you're going to get roughly 41.6. So you get 4 times 41.6 times pi, which is 166.4 pi. But you may be asked for an approximation of the answer. So you can use 3.14 for the approximation of pi, if you're asked to do that. In that case, the volume would equal 522.4 cubic centimeters. All right, find the radius given the volume of the sphere is 268 cubic meters. All right, recall that the volume is going to equal 4/3 times pi, the radius cubed. Now we're given the radius, and we're given the volume. So 268 equals 4/3 pi times the radius cubed. And we have to solve for the radius. In this case, you want to use the approximation of pi to be 3.14. So you get 268 equals 4/3 times 3.14 radius cubed. All right, when you simplify this, you get 268, 12.56 times the radius cubed divided by 3. And when you divide that by 3, you're going to wind up with 268 equals 4.18 radius cubed. And you're going to divide both sides by 4.18. This is going to give you roughly 64. And you don't want to take the square root, you want to take the cube root. You're saying what times itself gives you 64? And it happens to be 4. Because if you cube 4, you get 64. So the answer is the radius. The radius is 4 meters. This concludes the lesson for today.